So I don't know if y'all ever tried to find somebody that didn't want to be found, but I definitely have. I'm gonna tell y'all this story about me going to Disney World as an adult, right? So this is my first time going to Disney World as an adult. My mother-in-law, she just graduated college, something that she was trying to go back and do, great accomplishment for her. And she said, let's celebrate by going to Disney World this summer. I was like, cool. So let me pause it right then and there. Now, if y'all don't know where Disney World is, it's in Orlando, Florida. All right. So we going down to the bottom of the map here in this country. And summertime, it is smoking hot. I ain't gonna lie to you, it gets hot during the summertime. What you walking on is concrete, so your feet get hot. The sun on top of your head. I mean, you just getting getting jumped by heat, and it's gonna get you. It don't matter who. It don't discriminate. It don't care who you are. You about to get got. All right. So we head down there, and on the way down to Florida, we decided to stop in my hometown, Valdosta, Georgia, right? So we right there on the bottom, like right there at the bottom of Georgia. It's the last major city before you get into Florida. We're gonna holler at Pops real quick, right? So everybody decides to get out, stretch their feet, and I said stretch their feet. I hope they ain't stretching feet, but they get out there. Let me fix my camera. Boom. All right, they get outside, they stretching, and they say, "Man, it's hot." My dad looks at them. I look at them. I say, "Dad, we ain't gonna make it. We ain't gonna make it. They already talking about they hot. They ain't gonna make it." So then we keep going. Boom, to Orlando. We make it to Orlando that night. We don't hit Disney World yet. We stop by the Airbnb. We get something to eat, and we say we'll go to Disney World in the morning. We'll get our tickets and everything, and we'll head into the park in the morning. Now, mind you, like I said, we're all in one Airbnb. It's about 13 of us. 13, 15 of us. It's a bunch, right? We're all we all kind of divvy up the rooms. I'm sleeping with my wife, of course, and her brother, my brother-in-law, and my sister-in-law. We all in the same room. They got a twin bed in there. How my big old body fit in the twin bed that day, have no idea. My wife was probably squished. I don't know. You're gonna have to ask her. But anywho, we were sleeping in the same room. All right, no problems that night. Everything's good. Airbnb is phenomenal. It has this place for everybody to sleep comfortably. They have a pool in the back. You got your dishes there so you can cook. And speaking of cooking, they throw down breakfast like everybody in the kitchen contributing except me. I was chilling. I wasn't whipping it up. I was eating it up. All right, but anywho, right? So we're all in the kitchen, and then everybody says, "What time are we going to the park?" Someone says we need to go early so it won't be too hot. I was like, smart person. Great idea. So after we get done eating, we get the kitchen cleaned up because nobody likes to come home to a dirty kitchen. We head off to the park, right? We buy our tickets. We start walking in the park. We start off at Magic Kingdom. We're walking through Magic Kingdom and it starts. Oh man, it's hot. I'm tired. Why we gotta walk so long? Why are these lines so long? And I'm looking like, this is amusement park life, right? Cause I used to work at an amusement park. I already understood what it was, and I'm gonna tell y'all more about that another time about my days working at an amusement park. But anywho, the complaints start, right? And I'm like, we ain't gonna make it. I tell my wife this time, we ain't gonna make it. It ain't gonna happen. I'm foreshadowing what's happening, right? I see it. I see it clearly. We ain't gonna make it. So we pass by this ice cream joints. They got the little stands all around, like for water, frozen lemonades, ice cream. So everybody say, "Hey, let's stop and get an ice cream." I'm like, that ain't gonna cool down this heat. I promise you, that body temperature ain't going nowhere after you eat that ice cream. We in Florida, so they stop to get the ice cream, right? So now money's being spent before we even ride a ride. We're looking around. Now, everybody isn't of height yet. These kids are small still. Not super small, but they like the preteen haven't hit that growth spurt yet where they can't hit all the rides. So we're trying to find, as a collective group, a ride that the adults can fit in and the kids can fit in. It's about 3 hours going by, and we still walking the park trying to find a ride. We find one ride. That ride is about an hour wait. So we wait another additional hour just to ride one ride. My wife looks at me and she says, I'm hungry. I think we should go back to the Airbnb. Brilliant idea, right? My wife, mom says, yeah, let's go back. Her uncle's like, absolutely, let's go back. My brother-in-law says, nah, I think we're going to stay in the park and just kind of, get our money's worth. Hey man, the park don't close tonight till like 1. It's a special event tonight. The park don't close till 1. We can come back. Nah, I'm just gonna get my money's worth. All right. So him and the rest of the kids, his wife, stay. They all at the park. We leave. We head back. We eat. We take naps. It's about 6 p.m., 7 p.m. And another thing, we only got one vehicle. Like, it's 2 vehicles total, but the van that we came down in, that we took the van back. So we took the van back to the Airbnb. Now everybody's in the same van going to the park, but remember my brother-in-law and his wife and the kids, they stayed. I'm trying to hold it together. Hold on. Give me a second. So it's about 6 o'clock when we wake back up and decide to head back to the park. And I send him a text, yo, bro. We on the way. Be there soon. We'll holler at you when we get there. And I get a reply back instantly. Hey, my phone's about to die. Trying to find a place to charge it. We'll be at the front of the park when y'all get there. Cool. All right. No problem. So we ride up, boom, hit there, skirt, stop, get out. I'm excited now because I know I'm about to ride me some rides, right? This is it, right? I'm starting to really embrace what Disney World is about, because now the first few hours I wasn't happy because I was just listening to people complain about it being hot, right? This time my wife was like, have you ever rode Space Mountain? I was like, no, I haven't rode Space Mountain. She's like, trust me, you're gonna love it. And I said, you know what? I bet I'm gonna love it. So in my head, I'm like, Space Mountain. I'm cheering Space Mountain, Space Mountain. Don't look. I'm a big kid at heart. I'm still a big kid. So we get there, and as my brother-in-law said, I'm gonna be in the front of the park waiting on y'all. Everybody's at the front of the park, and so they like 10 shades darker. I was like, God. I mean, they like 10 shades darker. Nobody got a smile on their face. And the first thing I hear is, I'm mad. Right? Everybody. Well, let me tell you who went back. Who went back was my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, me, and my wife. We the one decided to go back to the park. Everybody else decided to stay back, besides who stayed at the park. That's important, right? So they're looking, and they say, I'm mad. And I hear my sister-in-law say, I'm mad. Okay. And I just kind of zone out a little bit. And my mother-in-law and my wife go to my sister-in-law and listen to why she's mad, right? They're trying to solve the problem. I'm kind of zoning out. And I'm looking at my watch. And I'm like, we trying to get to Space Mountain. And the park closed at 1. But there's going to be a big behind line. Because everybody's coming back for this. It's on Monster University's getting ready to be released. So they have like this big monster dance, right? So everybody's dressed up in monster costumes or what have you, and it's going to be a dance. So everybody's coming back for that. And in my mind, I'm like, why aren't we on Space Mountain? So my sister-in-law is talking to him, and I decide about 5-10 minutes to go grab my wife. I said, hey, I'm sorry that you are going through what you're going through, but I'm about to go ride Space Mountain. Now, real quick. Anybody else would have did the same thing? I'm like, would y'all would have done the same thing, or y'all gonna try to solve the problem? I mean, I just need to know. Was I wrong? I mean, I'm trying to ride Space Mountain. I might be a little selfish, but just let me know. So I grabbed my wife, And instantly she's like, what just happened there? Like she was in the trance of I'm mad. Right? I said, it seems like you got hypnotized by somebody else's problem, so I just decided to pull you away so we can go ride Space Mountain. And we look behind us. My mother-in-law's behind us, and my father-in-law's behind us too. And we slow down just a little bit so they can catch up. And my mother-in-law said, I don't know what just happened there, but when I seen y'all leave, I just kind of woke up. So let me tell you what happened. It's the transfer of energy, right? Energy is never lost. It's just transferred from one person to another person, one object to another object. So is emotions. If somebody's upset, it's not taboo to hear that the whole room gets upset. It's a spirit that goes around and it's going to start hitting people and it's going to start trying to attack people. But you got that spirit blocker, God, that's going to change that thought process around, then you're going to be all right. So we head off to Space Mountain. Boom. We get the ride. It's about an hour and a half wait. It's cool because the line's actually moving. It's not like you just kind of stuck. The line's actually moving, and within the line, there's different things that you can do, different activities, and like they had a game in there. They got the constellations up there. I even seen my mama's name up there on the constellation. Mama, I didn't know you was a constellation. I mean, you a star, but I didn't know you was a constellation, mama. So I seen your name up there, and I was just kind of enjoying that moment with my wife, right? Because we work hard. I'm not going to say we don't. We work hard, and, spending time together with nobody trying to blow up the spot is, it's important to me. So me and my wife were joking. We're having fun. We get to where we can see the roller coaster. I see what's going on. I'm even more excited. We get on the roller coaster, and man, probably one of the best rides I ever had was Space Mountain, right? I love Space Mountain. Even till this day. When we go to Disney World, we trying to hit Space Mountain. So, my mother-in-law, father-in-law, my wife, and myself, we all talking about how good that ride was. We enjoying it. We loving it. Every part of it, right? We get to the entrance. I'm sorry, the exit. We already was in the entrance. We get to the exit, and my brother-in-law standing there. And one of the kids, they standing there. And we're like, what's going on? And then my brother-in-law takes one breath and he loses his mind. I mean, he's talking 1,000,000 miles per hour. And then at the end, I said, yo, what's wrong? He's like, I lost my wife and the kids. Bro, come on, man. What you mean you lost your wife and the kids, right? Now, we're trying to figure out where they are because we all riding back together. So since we're all riding back together, everybody got to go together. We go to customer service or guest services. My apologies. We go to guest services, which is customer service. And we tell them, hey, we actually lost somebody in the park. And they're like, oh, no problem. No worries. Do you have a picture of what they look like? So we show them a picture. And we're like, well, this is, it's the picture's slightly older. They're like, don't worry about it. God, when I say the satellites start linking up in space, aliens start talking to each other, guys that look like they're talking to nobody, but they got that earpiece in because them folks, they start talking on one another and they say, you know what? We think we found her. What? I mean, before we went to get guest services, we start walking around the park, walking around the castle, just walking to different places where we think they may be at. We could not find them whatsoever. We go to guest services. They type in 3 keys, and next thing you know, found them. We're bringing to you guys right now. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm sitting back. I was like, wow. I look at my watch. It's about 11:30 now. I was like, man, we done wasted so much time trying to find, these people. When I say they just walked right by us like we weren't looking for them, they walked right by us like we weren't looking for them. And I hear her say, I'm not lost. Oh, I was like, what? What's going on? I was like, I'm gonna step back because this ain't my fight. So I stepped back, right? I'm mad. I'm 38 hot. I am 38 hot. My wife and my mother-in-law go over there. They start talking to her. They get into it. They start arguing. And I forgot to say a key fact. My sister-in-law is pregnant at the time. So now we go ahead and factor in everything. You got her out here at this park for an ungodly amount of time. I know y'all didn't eat that much at the park because it costs an arm and leg to eat at any theme park. So I know y'all didn't eat that much. So you got her with another human being inside of her. She's hot. It's the middle of summer, and you made her go on It's a Small World ride like 13,000 times. It seems like that's what it ended up being. So yeah, I understand her frustration, right? But looking back at it now, but at the time, I'm mad because there was other rides I was trying to get on, and I couldn't do it. So, you know, my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, they mad at each other, so they kind of going back and forth a little bit. We decided to leave the park, you know what I mean? So I did not see the fireworks show. I didn't get to experience the party, which I wasn't gonna do nothing anyways. But I kind of wanted to see it. I didn't get to ride that many more rides, because we was spending all our time looking for somebody that didn't want to be found. So they were arguing, right? Then the argument kind of slows down. They hug each other. They make up. They start holding hands. They all lovey-dovey, walking back to the van. I'm 38. I'm mad. I'm upset now. Now that energy of anger done transferred to me. So I'm upset, right? We make it back to the house. Everybody takes showers and what have you. And it's time to go to bed. Now, there's this screened-in porch with these kind of like lounging chairs, right? That was my bed for the night. There was no way I could have slept in the same room as them with the way I was feeling, right? So my wife is sending me text messages. Hey, are you coming upstairs? Nope. Where you at? I'm outside. Outside where? I'm outside by the pool. Are you serious? That's a heart attack. So you just gonna leave me up here by myself? There's another chair out here. You can come out here if you want to. All right, then you just be careful. What's gonna happen? We in a gated community. I'm by the pool, right? So the next day comes. They start cooking breakfast, and I smell the breakfast, so I decided to come inside. Now, their cousin is sleeping on the couch. He's on the pull-out couch, right? And he's like, Marcus? I said, yep. He said, did you sleep outside? Because I didn't see you come back in last night. I said, yep. He said, are you okay? I said, nah. I said, I only rode one ride at Disney World. I'm not okay. And guys, that is the story of my first time as an adult at Disney World. Now, I know you like that ain't that bad. That ain't terrible. Nothing bad happened to you. Look, I'm kind of selfish when it comes to me having fun and spending money. When I spend money, I kind of want to get what my money's worth. I ain't gonna lie to you, but that experience, we learned a lot. I'm not gonna say we didn't. We learned to bring our own vehicle whenever we want to go somewhere. So now we can leave and come as we want to. We learned that. That was a big lesson that we have implemented into our travel life, is to have your own transportation and have your own means of an escape plan. Because look, I ain't gonna lie to you. If they would have said she was lost, I probably wouldn't went to help, because I know that I got a way home. I know it sounds selfish, but this Disney World we're talking about, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed that story. I got more. They coming down the pipeline. This is just two unfortunate events at Disney World. I do have good stories at Disney World as well, but I had to get these two out, and they actually are in order for me going to Disney World. These are my first 2 times. So if you haven't seen the last video, make sure you go check out the last video as me going to Disney World for the very first time. when I was a kid. And yeah, I gotta end it in one way only, the only way I know how to end it. Make sure you guys are keeping God first. Make sure you tell somebody that you love them. Do it now because you may not get the opportunity to do it later. Until next time, peace.